Hey everybody, I'm Doug Schauf with Remax Oceanside and MakeMaineYourHome.com. This is episode 2, and I'm really excited about this one. Have you ever been at your house and you're like, oh crap, I need to get this project done, this small project done. You know, maybe a piece of trim broke, or you just need to paint a small section, or the kitchen sink broke, something like that. And it's like, how am I going to find a contractor? With the way the economy has been and the unemployment rate is so low, it's been really hard to find people to do those types of projects. Tracy Hayes, he's with Mr. Handyman, and that's who I'm going to see today. He's the guy that you want on your favorites in your cell phone, so when those little projects come up, you call him. He's awesome. He does a great job. I'm really excited to talk to him about doing those small projects, and also I'm excited to talk to him about what's happening in the economy right now. The low unemployment rate is really affecting guys like him, and I want to kind of see how things are going with him. So anyway, let's go talk to Tracy. Let's do this. All right, I'm over at Mr. Handyman with Tracy Hayes, and if you guys, like I said before, if you guys ever need like small projects done around your house, this is the guy to talk to. His company does anything, you know, no job too small. You see that written on everybody's truck and all that stuff, but this guy, that's really what they do. So I'm really excited to have a conversation with him. I hope you guys will enjoy it. So, Tracy, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Doug.
So before we dive into your business and all that stuff, I thought we'd get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
Where are you from, man?
I'm born in Massachusetts, raised in New Jersey, and located to Maine about 4 years ago.
Oh, wow. So where in Mass?
Norton.
Norton. And
Yeah.
when did you move down to Jersey?
I was 5 years old, so 19. I'm not going to give that away. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not giving it away.
Hide the age. Yeah, I understand.
Hide the age.
I understand. So you don't have too many memories of Mass then? I mean, it was
No.
I mean,
most of my memories are sports related because my father was born and raised there, so I've always been a New England fan.
you are. So you're a Patriots fan?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So
Red Sox, Patriots.
Okay, good. All right, so we can stay friends then.
Yes.
So, that's interesting. You know, I actually didn't even know that. I knew you were from New Jersey, but I didn't realize you were from Mass. So, 4 years ago, you found your way up here to Maine.
Mm-hmm.
You married? Kids?
Married with 2 kids and a dog. Two daughters.
2 kids and a dog. Great.
High schoolers.
Oh, great. Okay, good. How long have you been married?
20 years in November we'll be married.
20 years. Wow. That's nice. I've only got 11 years under my
You got
belt.
a long way to go.
Maybe 12.
Maybe 12.
Don't tell my wife I said that.
She's going to see this.
All right. So, what brought you up here? Why Maine?
The short story is midlife crisis. The long story is my wife and I, we were in metropolitan New York.
Mm-hmm.
The pace of life and the quality of life was more than what we wanted. It was too hectic.
Yeah.
We vacationed in Maine quite a bit, off and on over the years, and one of us would come home and have a let's move to Maine kind of day.
Nice. Yeah.
One day we both did it, and my oldest daughter at the time was 11, 12, said, "Are we going to do this or what?" And we looked at each other and said, "Maybe we can." So
that's it. Oh, so your daughter actually kind of said, "Hey, let's do this." Oh, that's good.
Gave us the push, yeah.
Well, that made it easier for you then. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. It seemed they were on board as well.
Right. So, where in Maine did you vacation?
All over, up and down. We, my parents used to own a house up in Nova Scotia.
Oh, wow.
So we would drive and kind of stop everywhere along the way.
Yeah, sure. Awesome. Okay,
So,
good.
Just enjoyed the peace and tranquility. So came up here one year for Easter. If you don't like the mud season, you won't like it.
That's true.
We decided during the height of mud season we enjoyed it, so we started the wheels turning to come up.
Awesome. So that's a big move. I mean, when I moved up here, I mean, geez, this was again, our age goes into play here, but this was like 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a family yet, so it was easy for me to kind of pick up and get up here. Right. Did you guys have jobs lined up? I mean, did your wife have something lined up?
No, this was it actually. So I was in a family-run business in New York, mm-hmm.
which
we got out of, and the process took about 2 years.
Yeah.
To find something, not knowing what I really wanted to do because it's a completely different endeavor.
Okay.
Than what I was doing. The only place up here I could do what I was doing would be at LL Bean, and you can't really do that.
Right. I understand.
They have their little niche that it's hard to get in. So
yeah, makes sense. So when you came up here, because I think we met probably right around when you moved up here.
Shortly after,
yeah.
The first
at the networking meeting. So, what made you kind of decide on Mr. Handyman? I mean, it's a franchise, correct?
It is a franchise.
Yep.
There's approximately 135 franchises in the country.
Oh, okay.
4 or 5 up in Canada still.
Yeah.
Part of the main reason I chose Mr. Handyman is they actually called me back, and something we like to have the customer service base of calling people back as well. That's part of our philosophy. But I filled out a form online showing interest in the franchise, and within 20 minutes had someone on the phone talking to me.
Oh wow! So is that fast? I can see, because normally it could take days to hear back from anyone.
I did 4 or 5 similar franchises. I did a couple different types of franchises, but I filled out forms for 3 or 4 national brands like Mr. Handyman. I think they're the only one that called me back or showed interest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They were a little skeptical at first, but once they met me, they were okay with it.
Right.
Saw that I was serious about it, because when you're relocating and starting the business, I would be skeptic too.
Yeah, sure. Right. So you didn't, before you bought the franchise, did you have any handyman experience?
I knew enough to be dangerous.
Okay.
Around the house. I've been doing stuff around my own house forever. So.
Right.
I wasn't, the handyman aspect of a franchise came around from a conversation with my father after about a year of the process. After I told him I was leaving the family business.
Right. And talking that through.
And what are you going to do? As parents do.
Yeah, sure.
I got to the point, he's like, why don't you go and be a handyman?
Yeah.
That's great. I knew enough to be dangerous, but not enough to be successful.
Right.
Number 2, I didn't know anybody. And the handyman business, generally speaking, is not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
So,
you got to have some connections,
Based on that kind of conversations we were having, went out and was able to find a business that I can own and operate, not have to do the work.
Right.
And it's in that same field, which kind of was an interest to me.
Right. Yeah, I gotcha. Now, just to kind of tell you guys a little bit, I use Tracy a lot for like if I have a client that wants to, they're selling a house and maybe the house needs a little bit of work. Sometimes it's hard finding contractors, for those smaller projects. Or when you buy a house, like Tracy and I were just talking, when you buy a house, you get an inspection report, and a lot of those things on an inspection report are like honey-do lists. You know what I mean? And some honey-do list can't be done by the honey. So tell me a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about what your company does. I mean, what would you say is like the most popular thing you get calls for? Do you have or a couple things?
Couple things. We do a lot. Comes springtime, we do a lot of exterior trim repair.
Okay. Like the big rod over the winter or something.
Rod over the winter. The biggest one we do is doors, garage doors, front doors. Snow sits along there. Sucks up the water when it thaws and freezes overnight and does some damage. Yeah. We do a lot of that. Do a lot of drywall repair, small patches, 2 feet by 2 feet, that kind of thing. We do a lot of that. You can't get a drywall guy to do that.
Right. That's very true.
But we do honestly everything. I think the smallest job we ever did was hang a curtain rod for somebody because the husband couldn't figure it out.
Don't tell me his name.
It was not that.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I can do that. Okay. So, I love your service, because I remember when we met 4 or 5 years ago, it was kind of a void in the industry, that just isn't there.
It's becoming a bigger void, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've had 2 or 3 handymen that say they're going into remodeling and call me and say they need someone to refer to because they're not going to do it any longer.
Right.
In the area. So the need for builders is growing, and everybody's growing with it and leaving the void behind, actually. So it's as long as the economy stays the way it is, There'll be the few and far between to find guys.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that a lot. When if you need little things done, it's just like, I mean, that's why I call you, and almost exclusively, because I can't find anybody. And you do great work. So let's talk about your team a little bit. Okay. So you're not out there swinging a hammer.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you do the estimating and all that stuff.
I do some estimating and running the day-to-day operations of the business. I do that with the help. I have 2 customer service reps here in the office that are part-time employees that split the day in half, and they're the first point of contact anybody really has with us.
Right.
When they're on the phone, and they do, I'm going to say about 90% of our estimating right here in the office on the phone, with the help of email pictures, text pictures. Yeah,
I've noticed you've gotten really good at not really needing to go out to the house.
We do it. Yeah, we're doing it every day. Part of the aspect of our customer service is, and the way we sell it is, our guys kind of have an idea of what here in the office is estimated time-wise, and if it's going to be much different, they're the ones out in the front line seeing the difference.
Right.
The rod is a good example. You never know how bad it is until you get it open up.
Yeah.
And they have that conversation before they really get started.
Right.
If a customer says, "Oh, I don't want to pay for 2 days. Like you told me it was going to be a day," my guys will be happy to walk away.
Right. Right. Yeah. Now, I know you guys normally work off like an hourly rate and all that kind of stuff. Do you have any clients? This is more just curiosity. Any clients that just say, "Hey, I just need somebody over here for a couple hours, just take care of like a bunch of stuff."
We have a 1 hour minimum.
Okay.
So we'll do anything. Sometimes we get customers that do have that one and done kind of, I need a new faucet installed in my kitchen sink.
Right. Like an oh crap situation.
Yeah. When my garbage disposal's clogged,
right.
Sometimes that could be a replacing of the garbage disposal or a 5-minute fix.
Yeah.
We do have that 1 hour minimum. We sell either based on what the customer wants, or we talk to them if they have an inspection report list, for example.
Right.
We'll tackle your priorities first, and let's say we do a day or half a day, whatever, we break it down in that way. A lot of times what happens is they see how effective our guys are in getting this list done, and say, "Can you just finish it for me?" We have that can happen quite a bit.
Okay.
We do guarantee our work, and we guarantee our first appointment of the day, because we never know what's going to happen once we get there.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked a little bit about it as far as finding guys to do the work and all that kind of stuff, and we talked a little bit about this before we started. But with the economy humming the way it has been over the last couple of years, of course some people are saying it's going to start pulling back or whatever. But any builders and stuff that I know, they're just hurting for guys. You know what I mean? Just like, oh my goodness, I don't have anybody that can do the work. Now, I know like right now, winter time is like your slow season. In your busy season, like what's your biggest lead time? And like, do you have an issue with employment, things like that?
Yes. The Mr. Handyman model is to average a less than 7-day lead time.
Okay. All right.
Which this time of year...
That's the ideal situation.
That's the ideal situation.
Yeah.
People call, they want things done. They don't want to wait to get them done.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the customer service is getting it done for them quickly.
Yep.
During the summertime, we're at a 2-3 week lead time, yes, because of staffing, and obviously, demand is higher as well at the time.
Right.
We're always a man down.
Okay.
It seems like in the summertime. Now I'm probably right on 3 guys. Right on task. We have in the summertime 5 trucks available, and can't necessarily get them all full all the time.
Right. Yeah, gotcha. So summertime, spring, summer. What is your busy season, do you think? Is it summertime?
Yeah, it's summertime. Yeah. We usually keep going. Springtime happens at a different time every year. It depends on the weather, obviously.
Yeah, right.
Last year we didn't really slow down that much. February a little bit. The year before we didn't start up again until May 1st.
Oh wow, okay.
So it really depends on the weather we have in the winter time.
Right.
And we generally go full out until Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Right.
That's when we quiet down again. It seems to be the the trend again. We'll pick up again. First of the year we'll pick up a little bit.
Right. I wonder,
fixing up Uncle Fred's mess-ups,
mistakes over the holidays. Yeah.
Fred put the dining room chair through the wall, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've noticed that. I used to be in remodeling and construction and all that stuff, and I noticed that the winter is always just down. But I've always noticed too, like a lot of the companies I worked for, sometimes the winter's like the best time to get stuff done.
In the wintertime, you can. Availability is a lot easier to attend to.
Oh yeah.
So that helps in getting. We had a customer call, when do you want? We're going out tomorrow because we had an opening.
Right.
And wow, really, so that helps in the long term with the repeat customer.
Right. Yeah, because
you have that flexibility.
Yeah, you're able to be like, if you can be out there tomorrow, that's impressive to most people. Yeah.
When our guys aren't, fully scheduled. Mm-hmm. They tend to slow themselves down a bit too, so you might actually get a better quality. Not better quality, but a little more attention to detail.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean that's human nature.
They're not trying to overextend themselves to a customer, but they're not feeling rushed as much as they can get in the summertime when we're trying to get to everybody and
right.
Things happen and schedules get thrown out of whack.
Right.
They feel like they have to get ready to the next place.
Yeah.
It's not as drastic. It's not as rushed.
Yeah, makes sense.
Not that they don't do good work all year round.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So, anything else that you can say about your business? If maybe a lot of people haven't heard of you. Anything else that just sets you apart from a lot of people?
Well, as we said, we're a franchise, and part of being a franchise is, having a set way, I guess. We call it the Mr. Handyman way. There's an actual, list of procedures that I train our gentlemen in out in the field. But it's giving that consistency of customer service. I like to say more that we're a customer service business that does home improvement and repairs.
Okay.
Not a handyman business.
Right.
From our first phone call that you have with our customer service reps to the final thank you note that we send when we're all said and done with the customer and the job, we would like to provide that experience to our customers, hiring guys that have experience, hiring guys that have a clean background, hiring guys that have a clean drug screening and safe driving record.
It's important.
A little bit of everything all across the board. It gives them the advantage to provide that customer service and have the customer understand the service and feel comfortable with it.
Okay. Yeah, great.
We do things like all the guys operate on iPads. When they get dispatched to a job, an email or a text goes to a customer with a picture and a description. Okay. So you know who you're getting.
So that's kind of like the...
I'm coming and this is what I look like.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I mean, that's the benefit of working with like a bigger company like that. You get that type of service. Now, are there any projects that you just stay away from? Like
there are.
I want to tell somebody, hey, you want an addition? Maybe you're not the company to call.
We're not. I said before. I think in conversation we've hung a curtain rod for somebody, and that's the smallest project we've really done. A quick in and out. We've done bathroom remodels.
Okay.
Kitchen remodels we kind of stay away from. We can do some upgrading in kitchens, backsplashes and stuff like that, but not necessarily full cabinets. Mm-hmm. But bathroom remodels certainly we've taken care of. One thing we're not licensed plumbers or electricians.
Okay, so that was going to ask you that. Okay.
Once we get into, I like to say, you want to change your kitchen faucet, we can.
Okay.
You want to move your kitchen faucet to a different part of your kitchen, we can't really do that. You need a plumber to move the pipes.
Yeah.
Same with lights. If you don't like where your dining room chandelier is, and you want to move it so it's centered over your table, not over the center of the room.
Right.
We have to get an electrician in there. Anything inside the wall, we kind of have to subcontract out to somebody.
Okay. Now, are you able to manage those types of things, though? Like, do you have plumbers and electricians that you work with, or do you consult the homeowner and say...
We do both, actually. I prefer to consult with the homeowner and say,
call this guy, or...
Let's work it. Do you have someone you prefer is my first step.
Okay.
One, because I'm always looking for a new person to recommend business to myself.
Oh, sure.
When I'm in a bind or someone's looking for another tradesman, we always look for another name to have in our Rolodex, but they're also having stuff done at their home and they're comfortable with that company.
Right.
And I prefer them stay that way.
Right.
Instead of introducing someone new they don't know into the house.
Sure.
So that's my first start. If they don't, we have a couple that we use. It's difficult. One, based on our schedule, finding people that can work kind of on our schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
And two, that are just available, because plumbers and electricians are harder than builders to find.
I know the specialty stuff is hard.
It's okay. We have a couple that kind of work that way.
Okay.
And they, the issue we run into is we have to use the bigger firms that have more trucks.
Yeah, sure.
In the area.
Right.
Sometimes that raises the price to the customer, but
right. Yeah, it makes the plumbing cost a little higher than it could be.
That's again why I start with who do you know and what do you want to use. You will have better pull getting your plumber in here than I will.
Right.
Because you know them and they know you.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. I think this was great. Now that you guys have watched this, you'll probably see Tracy's trucks all over town now. It's one of those things. As soon as you hear about it, it's and all that. So, how do people get in touch with you? You got phone, internet. I mean, the location we're in, we're out on Route 1 in Falmouth, 390. Is that right? 390.
Nobody really comes to stop by and see us. We welcome people if they want to find us, but
right. Yeah, this seems more like this is like this is
not a
like
retail kind of location, kind of business. Best way, we do, again, as we said, we do a lot of our estimations on the phone. 209-1562 is our phone number here. The 207 area code, obviously, for those who are local.
And what's the web address?
The web address is www.mrhandyman.com. And all you do is plug in your zip code, whether it's someone's watching Doug here in the Portland area, or his grandmother wants to see his face in California. She can find Mr. Handyman locally out there as well.
Perfect. Okay, great. Well, hey, this was awesome, man. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Doug Schauf with Remax Oceanside of MakeMaineYourHome.com. This is Tracy Hayes with Mr. Handyman. If you need anything done around the house, big or small, give him a call. He is the man. And then, of course, if you're looking to buy or sell a house, let me know. Thanks. We'll see you next time.